fam. Yeah, yeah. Young Cuddy. Yeah. Yeah. We got the same father. Check it. Yeah. Yes, I am my brother's keeper. That's end of discussion. If you won't die for your family, then you living for nothing. We hold each other accountable, cause sin is corruption. We know it start off lovely, but it will end with destruction. Hurt one of my brothers, you'll feel a concussion. Don't lay a hand on his children, you can die just from touching. We always stick together, try if you think we bluff and kill whatever's out to break us. That was our final instructions. It's the blood that keeps us together. We stay connected just in case we start to get weak under pressure. Some of y'all never get the bigger picture, but it's so important that we live according to the scriptures. It's a blessing to be able to confess a confession to somebody when you down and out and you stressing. I'm guessing from this session that you learned in this lesson. I ride it down for my brothers, no question.
My brothers from another mother, but now even closer, cause we all blood cover. At first we're all mud smothered, yet God still loved us. Now I see the big shit, not peanut butter, but smooth, the real Mr. Lover. Never shaggy, always clear. He was the younger brother that hovered the block, and those that pressure clock make them realize time is short. They need to crunch a watch.
What's good? What is good, everybody? How are y'all doing? I had to switch things up last week, so I apologize for that. I was traveling around learning how to be a better cotton picker. I had to go and handle some stuff, because when you work in the house, they want you to be good and make sure you wash the dishes properly. So I had to be traveling on means that it wasn't my choice. That's all I'll say about that. So I thought I would be better off that day, but that week was just crazy. So I was like, all right, I'll just swap my weeks. I apologize about that. I typically do it with more notice, but I thought that my week would be a little different than it occurred last week. So that's why, typically on the last week I don't stream, but this week we are going to stream. I'm making up for last week. And it's something that was really on my spirit heavy. At first I was actually thinking about going in on some transhumanism stuff, but I'm like, that's easy. You know what I'm saying? Like we especially, we as Hebrews, that's easy. We love talking about that kind of stuff because it's external, it's things that's outside of us. But this is a thing that's really within us, and within us, especially, I'll say us as the men, the ones who the Most High put at their head. And we gotta, if the family in the home is to get corrected, the head has to be corrected, and we have to realize that there's a problem, even if we don't think there's a problem. I spoke with a very wise elder priest, this week, and he had said something that I thought was just dope. It's really great where you can talk to, especially as a man, and talk to another man that has such a great, wise outlook on life and has lived this life longer than you, and can say some things that gives you, like, it's very few people that I talk to, and I'm not saying this is a flex or anything, it's just the sad state of who we are right now. There's very few people that I talk to that I could take away nuggets that make me just be like, man, and I just sit there and I'm just like mulling on them and chewing on them, and it enhances my perspective. And one of the things that he said was how every day he recants himself for the previous day and looks at what he did, and every year he notices that there's more things that he overlooked before that he sees within himself that he's constantly working to fix. It brings into mind the scripture with Paul where it's like, I die daily. And that's essentially what it is. It's like it's a constant death. And that death is to these thought processes and these essentially tumors that attach themselves to our soul, that we just begin to think that they're just a part of us because our skin has just grown over it and they've just kind of grafted themselves in to our soul. And we got to excise these things, and we got to realize that these things aren't what we were created with and what we were created for. And they were created to actually hold us back. I'm gonna show actually here. I am going to share my screen here, and there's something that I want to show everybody. I'm going to show the entire screen. Let's do this one right here, and we're gonna make sure to music is on here because I want to show y'all this video first. This video that comes up. I'm gonna put myself down in the corner on here. This is a little, this little video I found that kind of underscores my point for today. I'm gonna use this as an intro to kind of go in because it's so hilarious that it happens in our favorite, the favorite circus we all grew up in, the church. and I just want to show y'all this thing real quick here. It shouldn't be too long.
There you go. Praise God. Get on in with me. That's gonna be $10, Sister May. You want sweet tea with that or not?
This sweet potato pie right here is gonna make me sin, Brother Bernard.
As long as you pie before you taste, the Lord will forgive you.
Don't you worry about what I do with my money.
Hold on. 45 for the church, 55 for the light bill, my light bill. Hey man, look what the devil done catered. What's up? Y'all need something to eat or something? What's going on?
Depends. What you cooking?
Well, all the stuff that make your doctor mad. Fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, cornbread. Basically the holy trinity of cholesterol.
Smells way too good to pay for.
Excuse me. These church places is not free. The pastor might want you to bet on God, but the rent man is betting on me. You tripping.
Oh, come on, big man. You can't feed everybody in the congregation and not feed us.
Yeah. We only need 3 plates. Just 3. You can handle that, can't you?
3 plates, huh?
Yeah.
Y'all got 3 $20 bills?
Nah, baby. We got something better.
Y'all real bold in the Lord's kitchen. I'm just gonna tell you that.
Brother Bernard, you're looking a little stressed. Don't you need a massage?
I'm like, how much?
That depends.
On what you want the ending to be.
That's on the house. Don't ever say the Lord ain't give you nothing.
You had a good heart. Thank you, big man.
I got nothing to do with my heart. I got good eyes. Each one.
So, how's that massage?
Let me sell all these plates and then I'm gonna get back at you in a minute. The Lord said feed the flock, and he didn't say nothing about the wolves. He didn't tell me the wolves gonna be thick as hell.
Now, I brought that in because it was some old nonsense, but it goes into what I'm talking about today. You see, you had the dude, he was there, and he is the, he there in the church, and he there, and he's selling plates. And then as soon as these females come along, seductively clad, all of the reasoning done went away, and he out here giving out food for free, all in exchange for a massage, a little sexual favor, basically. He just willing to just go against everything that he had set up just for a little bit of sexual gratification. Now, this is the big issue with men in this day and age, and this is the problem, and this is done as a joke. That was a skit done as a joke. We laugh about it. Most men think this is normal, but this is like ridiculous. It's so crazy how many dudes will basically bend and have ruined their lives behind their uncontrollable lust. And the man was an embodiment of multiple lusts. And I say this too as a bigger dude, because being bigger dude, that's a manifestation of your lust as well. A manifestation of an unhealed wound or something that you got going. All of these things this man had going on, all in that one simple thing. And he was sitting there giving out free food, going against what he was, sit there to do. His job was there to feed and to pass the food out and do what he was supposed to do. But instead of doing all that, he out here talking about, and he said, "Oh, I got good eyes. I good eyes." He letting lustful behind women come up in there and just jack him out of his 3 meals. That's $60 that done went down the drain, all for some seduction. That junk don't make no sense. But this is the current state that they have put, especially the Hebrew man in. It's crazy. I don't know if y'all know some brothers that have been out. with other brothers, and you'll know, especially if you're trying to keep yourself walking that narrow path, and then you'll go out with some dudes, and it's like as soon as a chick come by with any kind of body shape on her, these niggas is like breaking their neck. I mean, it's like you can hear the bones in the neck cracking as they click, turn around and like they just have to, like it's a desire. And then when you try to say something, oh well, you know, the Most High. This is a lot of camp dudes like saying this. Oh, the Most High made us to appreciate beauty, so we, you know, it's nothing wrong with appreciating beauty. Making excuses for your lack of self-control. Making excuses for your lack of the ability to compose yourself and to handle yourself as the leader that the Most High made you out to be. So now you just, what we don't understand is, and what this has been pushed away is, this is simphood. That is making yourself subservient to a woman. And this is why the house and the community of the Hebrew, the so-called black family, is where it is right now. This was a created and calculated state of being that we have been put in. And the silly thing and the most insane thing that they did was they used and weaponized our desire for our family and our desires that the Most High put in us, and they weaponized it against us. And that's what we're going to talk about today, about how this is something that goes back to slavery, that this uncontrollable mindset that most men have that actually centers their everything around women. You've been made to be a simp from birth because of the society and what they do. Because if they have you as a man growing up to simp out over women, and then they have women they just got under, they wrapped around their pinky. They got these women so goofy and messed up where they forego the fact that they had an advantage to be at home. Oh, at home is hard work, and working at home is crazy. And working at home is well, so okay, you don't want to work at home, so go work for that white man who don't care, who gonna put you on that job and work you until you die. I remember hearing a story about this lady who died in her cubicle, and nobody knew she was back there till she started stinking days later. That's insane. That's what women y'all traded up for, that you wouldn't want to, you know, working for your husband and your kids is slavery. So you'd rather go work for the system and work for this white man, that you'll die in a cubicle in the back and nobody will find you till you start rotting. This woman wasn't found until she rotted. I'm like, look at what she was robbed of. She could have been at home surrounded by her grandkids and her husband and people that loved her when she passed on from this mortal plane. But instead, she in there slaving away for somebody who don't even care about her. Probably didn't even, the owner, I guarantee you, nobody from the upper echelon of that company attended her funeral. They didn't care. They didn't care. She in there making money for them. And died and rotted. And I'm quite sure after they just get rid of the chair, clean up in the corner, they're going to put another woman right there in her place. And then as men, we now are following behind and idolizing beings that were put into this position that they control. Because now if they control the women, they can control the men. Look at how they do it with the child support. How now, because of how they just favor the system towards women, and they know it's favored. They know it's like that. They know it is set up this way and it's set up wrong. And it's done that way on purpose. Because now you can have an unending cycle of keeping the family and the home broken. So we're going to talk about this today, this pipeline that they have created, the current male meta. And for those who don't know, the meta is like, it's a term, you know, like video games, you know, whenever you have the meta for, let's say in Call of Duty, a certain gun will be the meta because it's like the best gun to use for the best situation. And if you're really trying to be, you know, a super hardcore player and win, that's what you do. You know, you got to pick this gun and this type of loadout. It's a part of the meta. It's what's needed, the mainstay of what's going on. So why do most men aim for success? To become high value, as the term has become to be known. Tony Montana of the overhyped gangster film Scarface encapsulates this perfectly. In this country, you got to make the money first. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Then when you get the power, you get the women. Men's role as a provider has been bastardized and twisted to enslave the minds of men and make them drones of a system. The goal in this context is to gain wealth and power so that you can get the women. So the whole point that most do, and I remember hearing this one dude say this years ago, I think it was a rapper, which they the biggest simps that's out here, in case y'all haven't figured that out by looking at some of these jokers and how they move in their personal life and how they be acting and all this stuff. We just be giving it a pass because these dudes got money, but these dudes move like morons. These actors and these not the actors, the ball players, like they're some of the biggest simps that's out there. There was the one brother, he was working under Shannon Sharp. I think he had been on Shannon Sharp, but he was working. He was big, really big name, young Hebrew bro dude, young black dude. He looked a little slow. I ain't gonna front. Bro looks a little slow, and honestly, I think he is a little slow. And if the genders were reversed and it was a slow behind chick with some money and a dude coming in trying to marry her and stuff, they would call him out left and right. That man would be villain number one on the internet. Every think piece, every bit of female media would be just against this man, the same way they all turned against Offset when he divorced when he tried to get money out of Cardi B, when he basically reversed the game on her and was trying to get alimony from her because she made more money than him. So now all of a sudden, everything was against him. It was with this one dude. He was a young dude. He was a football star. He actually just got put on to the football team. And then this moron married this girl. This girl wasn't even thinking about him. He sat in her DMs forever. But her brother saw him in her DMs. I don't know why her brother was in her DMs and on her phone. He was like, yo, do you know who that is? And she didn't know who he was. And he let her know, yo, this is this dude. And he's about to go to the NFL. And he's got X, Y, and Z. That's when she started paying attention to this dude. And when you see this interaction between her and the dude, she don't like that dude at all. She's literally just tolerating him for a payday. There's so many things that she said that's so disrespectful to him. He used to take her to parties, sit outside and watch game tape for the games that were coming up, and she would be in the party messing with other dudes. Before this dude got married to this chick, men were warning him. Dudes that had messed with this chick warned him. Other dudes on the internet were warning him, bro, she's only with you for the money. Bro, she's only with you for this. Dude showing him pictures and proof. Yo, while you was outside waiting on her at the party, this is what she was doing on the inside. She inside rubbed up, hugged up with this other dude while you outside driving her to and fro. And this man just was so programmed and whatever, he just ignored everybody and ran off and got married to this chick. Now it's like, look, if when she gets pregnant, which I think they've heard that she's already, claiming she already pregnant. When she get pregnant and she ready to dip out on this dude, I don't feel sorry for him at this point, because you put yourself in that point. But the reason why he's gotten to that point is because men have been taught to act like a woman is the end all be all for the man. This is what Tony Montana is saying in this thing. He didn't say, oh, you'll get the power as the pinnacle. He's like, nah, you get the money first, then you get money, you get power, and then with the power, you get the women, as if the women with the pinnacle, the ultimate goal of what you're trying to do for your whole enterprise. Even on a stupid hustler, gangster level, this mess was pushed in that context. And we still see that context to this day, that we still have men that is done. So what this mindset purposely omits, while using our inborn function as problem solvers and hard workers for the love of our family at its core, this philosophy turns a complex being molded in the form of the creator Yahuwah and reduces him to a works-based beast of burden and not the inspirational leader he was created to be. Bastardizing our desire to make our women happy and mixing it with a pride based on the matriarchal-minded women who are taught to treat men as a commodity, this creates a situation where a man's worth is centered around a Lilith-led loser woman's temporal, childish, and unrealistic desire that is only as firm as her flimsy, chaotic emotional state. You out here trying to chase the approval of another being that's already on the hamster wheel. They got the woman on the hamster wheel with rocket skates on, and she all over the place. And they got us trying to chase that as an end all be all, to make a woman happy like that. That 2 seconds can go by and all of a sudden she just got a whole new train of thought that she done seen on social media. Now she want to go and chase off of this other one thing, and you sitting here trying to bring stability to the family while trying to chase this woman with rocket skates on the hamster wheel. Instead of you being the leader, being able to stand up and be like, nah, we ain't finna do that, we finna do X, Y, and Z. But you've been lulled into a false sense of compliancy, of just go along, get along. Like most dudes, you find yourself, you done checked out. You just be like, you know what? It's just better to just let this just go on and do what you got to do or whatever. I'm just trying to keep everything equal. You know, you used to getting beat up outside at the job. You get beat up on the news all day. You know, the black man is at the bottom rung of everything. We get blamed for everything, even stuff that don't even matter to us. If a horse die in Minnesota somewhere, there's some random white woman going to shake her fist. Black man. If a black woman get fired by her white job boss, she gonna shake her fist in the air. This black man is holding me down. It's always our fault. It's always our fault for nothing. So we really used to this, and how we've coped with this is just by disconnecting. This is why a lot of times, you know, you don't react to nothing. You know, you just gotta be, you have to be that way. Because if you react to everything, then that in and around anger, that's disquiet that's in you comes out in unhealthy ways. This is why most of us that have control of our emotions have done a control mechanism, yes, but what we've done is something similar to like the Vulcans. The Vulcans basically just control their emotions to the point where they have no emotions. It's all just logic. But that's not how we were designed. We were designed to express ourselves. We were designed to express our emotions, but now we are afraid of doing that. We have trepidation when doing so, because every time we express ourselves, we get beat down and put back into our place. We all know this. It's like why the common saying as a man is you never tell your woman what upsets you. You never tell her what makes you cry. You never show no emotion in front of her because she gonna weaponize it. And I wish I could say that wasn't true. I wish I could say that, you should open up. If you got a good woman that actually has some good sense and she follows y'all and she ain't like that, y'all bless you, brother. You got that Proverbs diamond in the rough. I didn't even call it a diamond. It's a jade, a ruby. Just diamonds ain't even worth nothing like that. It's rubies and jades. That's a rare thing. That's a blessing that you have. Because a lot of us, even if the woman does claim, she knows she in the word and she say she Hebrew, not even then, she's still beating off all the Lilith nonsense that has been fed into her brain, and she's still gonna slip back into nonsense, and you still got to walk that pipeline and that tightrope. So I get it. I get it. But what we have to understand is this is not a healthy state. This is a state of survival. We've been put into survival mode. And it's not healthy. This is why a lot of us is checking out faster. This is why, like the brother that we seen in the video in the beginning, big dude here talking as well, because this is we offset these emotions in other ways. Sometimes it's through eating. Sometimes it's through doing drinking. That's a big one. Drinking is a big one. That's why the crack epidemic took over the way it did. At that time, they were sending. We did the study on this when I showed y'all a little while ago. I forget which video that was. It was one of the videos a couple weeks ago I did. We talked about how they were sending jobs away that were primarily the jobs that were done by the so-called black man. All the manufacturing jobs and all those type of jobs, we did them. And they sent those jobs over to the Philippines and China and all them other places. So now those jobs is closing down. What did they do? Oh, here comes the CIA with a little drug to help you forget. That's why the crack epidemic hit so hard to men the way it is. Because you stuck in this suppressed state. You suppressed all around you. You got your woman telling you she don't need you. Your job telling you don't need you. We have an inbound function to work, to do things. This is what the Most High gave us. We have to have our function. If we're not performing our function as the created beings that we were created to be, this is why you have this inbound sadness, this inbound this disconnect with everything that you have. Well, you're just functioning. You're just doing what you're told to do at that point. You become an automaton. You become not a human man that has thoughts and emotions and a being created to be creative and to rule and reign. You become nothing better than a bot. You're nothing but a bot at this point. I'm sorry, I hit my thing and it back came up. You're nothing but a bot. You're just a whole bot at that point. And this is what they have done to us. This is why a lot of us be like, oh, you don't show no emotion, nothing like that. No, don't do all that. No, you don't, I'm getting out. Like, that's how most dudes is. Like, nah, you don't show no emotion. I ain't finna do this. I ain't finna show that. This and that. I thank y'all for my dad, man. I seen my dad at a wedding this past week that I had went to and stuff. My dad ran up on me, gave me a hug, and kissed me on the cheek. I love that man. I truly, truly love that man. That's my daddy, man. My daddy is a curse breaker. I love my father. And I love the fact that he always raised us like that, where we know he hugged us and kissed on us and stuff like that. He didn't raise us to hold all our emotions in and just to be a hard shell. I tell you right now, bruh. I understand why dudes be ending themselves and why the suicide rates amongst black men are so high. Because we aren't allowed to be who we are. We are all trying to fit a caricature. Remember that one talk I did about the thugs love chaos? That's why, again, our desire to go in and be with our women is weaponized, because what they have done is they've hypnotized the women to say, this is the type of man that you want. So this is why all the women are sleeping with the 1% of men or 2% of men. These little street hood dudes. Whenever a woman becomes a stud, what does she dress like? Her ideal version of a man. She's dressed like a hood dude. She go and get all the tattoos, and they either be looking like a little street hood dude or Manny Fresh, which is basically a hood dude. I'm talking about the black ones. The white ones, that's a whole different ethnicity. They could deal with their own issues. I'm dealing with the issues within us. Most of the studs out here looking like Manny Fresh. I'm telling you. Like, I pull up on a club and they having a gay night and with all the lesbian women, and I thought the Hot Boys was doing the versus battle because I thought I seen Manny Fresh, Lil Wayne, and BG standing in line. Because by them weaponizing them, they turn around and get to us. This is how it's the same concept used from the time of the garden. The snake didn't come to Adam, he came to the woman. And then when the woman was twisted and offshoot, then she led the man off, because the man's desire is to be with that woman. He wants to roll with that woman. And instead of him standing up, like Adam was the first simp, instead of him standing up as the leader to be like, nah, this ain't it. Snake, get out, woman. You come with me. Grab that heifer by her neck and take her before the Most High and let the Most High deal with the situation. No, well, she said it's good. She ate it and she ain't dead. Well, I'm gonna do what my baby do. My baby say she wants some fruit, so we gonna have some fruit. Simping. You are coming out of your order that the Most High gave Adam a job. His job was to keep the order of the garden. Our job is to keep the order of not only the household, but of the community. And that order has been usurped because the women don't want to follow the order no more. So now we all out here listless and running around. They're trying to make it sound like it's a bad thing on men. Oh, well, a man just have to learn how to deal with a woman making money. And no, it ain't about the woman making money. It's about the woman not falling under leadership. It's about a man's worth being tied into a woman. This is why when your dude get mad at another dude, what's the first thing that nigga say? Oh, you don't get no more hugs than me. You don't get more hugs than me. I get more hugs than you. I get more hugs than you. You a virgin. You don't get no hugs. You don't get no whipping. I told y'all about the one streamer dude, the one rapper dude that came against this little hobo streamer called Asmongold, which, yeah, that's that dude. Mr. Roach crawls on me while streaming and living in a dirty house that should be condemned. But he, first thing he said, he could have said so many things to him. I mean, again, the dude is literally like Oscar the Grouch streaming. The man lives in a whole garbage can and he be streaming. There's so many things that you could easily say. First thing that came in this man's mouth, oh, Asmon a virgin. Asmon a virgin. He don't get no hoes. I get more hoes. He don't get hoes. I get hoes. Like, what? So your worth is valued by how many broken women approve of you. That's where you get your worth from. And this is the problem. And a lot of men have this mindset. I remember hearing a dude talk about, and I think it was a rapper, talk about, oh, the whole reason why we get these nice cars and these jewels is just for the women. We just do it for the women. I thought that was the most preposterous thing I ever heard. I was in my early 20s. I was like, nigga, that's goofy. I was like, I wanted a Escalade sitting on dubs with spinning rims because I thought that was fire. That's what I wanted for me. I don't care if any chick wanted it. Like that thought process was always goofy to me. But that is something that even I didn't realize was mixed in, because when I got married, I remember my second time, and I think it was about I want to say 5 years in, this sense of accomplishment, like, you made it, nigga, we made it, like, yeah, you got kid, wife in there, you're gonna have the kids, like, you feel like this is it, you've won. You got it. You've done what you're supposed to do. You go to work, you do your job for work, you come home, everybody fed, taken care of, everything good. I'm good. I've done my job. I'm as a man. because we have been taken from being beings that were complex to being beasts of burden. And this is a purpose that happened during slavery. How did we get here? Seed sown during slavery germinate. The power of the black man was reduced to nothing. A child's place. You're no longer a man, but a boy. That's why they called you boy. Boy, get over here, boy. Boy, 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 boy. That words matter. That's something that Eshawn Burgundy's wife said that I love, and it made me even think deeper about the words that I speak. She's like, I don't infantilize my husband. She's like, I don't call him baby. She's like, that's the problem that, you know, has happened with black men is they've been infantilized. They use the term like boy, and they use all these other terms to talk to them and not stuff like that. She's like, no, he's not a baby. He's my husband. I'm like, I like that. You know, we've just made normalcy of these words that we say. You know, I often even thought it was weird that, you know, when dudes are with their wife, they call her mama. Like, that's not your mama, that's your wife. Or a woman with her husband, dudes be wanting their wife to call them daddy. Like, that's weird. That's not, you're not her daddy. That's you're her husband. Like, that's honestly some weird incestual type crap when you really sit down and think about it. But again, we don't think about these things. These are things that we just run with and just do because that's what everybody does. But nobody stops to say, nigga, why are we doing this? Why am I referring to my wife as mama? Well, why do I want my wife to refer to me as her daddy? That's weird, bro. That's weird, especially in intimate settings and stuff like that. That's even weirder. That's weird. Why would you want your wife to be thinking about a daddy in an intimate situation? That's weird. That is 3,000% weird. But it's an infantilization, not only of men, but of women too, because a lot of women have daddy issues. But we on dudes today. So it takes away that leadership and masculinity and authority, and it was buck broken out of black men. So, you know, me, I had a conversation with my favorite assistant, the DeepSeek AI, and they gave me a lovely set of charts here that I'm going to share with you that's going to help break this thing down even further. How did we get here? Slavery and buck breaking, the AI breakdown. It made a target. So it made a table for me. The primary targets was the enslaved black man, particularly those who were rebellious, strong, or influential within the slave community. What was the method used for buck breaking? They made a public spectacle. It involved stripping the man naked, severe whipping, and then subjecting him to sexual assault or rape, often in front of other enslaved people, including his family. You were reduced to nothing. They were doing all kinds of nasty things to you to show that you had no power. And this was done in front of the women and the children. So they can see that this white man, this slave master, had more authority because this man who you thought was the leader, this big strong man that you married as your husband, this big strong man that you look up to as your daddy, is getting violated by this nasty slave owner in front of you. This is what this kind of breaking in the mind ensues down the generations. This doesn't just go away. You know, when people try to say, oh, slavery's old, get over it, nobody here was a slave. Them same fools don't say that when it comes to the Constitution. Oh, them white folks jump up and burn down the building if you try to infringe on their constitutional rights. But not nan one of them jokers was there when that thing was drafted and signed. But they don't want to get over that. But you're told to get over something that literally has left scars in your bloodline. This is still here to this day. Even though we don't acknowledge it, we don't want to see it, but this still manifests through harmful ways that men move now. The other core purpose, it was to completely emasculate and dehumanize the victim, demonstrating the slave owner's absolute domination using terror to discourage any thought of rebellion amongst the wider slave population. Now, this is how the whole thing impacted everybody in the whole family structure. And tell me if some of this don't sound familiar to y'all. This is the part 2. The aspect of control, forced reproduction and sexual violence. They used the impact on the black man. It was emasculation through forced stud roles, inability to produce a family, and sexual assault. There were men. This is why do you think these chicks be out here talking about he need to be 6'6", this, 6, that? They're looking for these physical specimen men that have all these different things because that was bred into them. They were designed, they've turned women into breeding mares. This one woman talking about send 90% of men off to Mars and only keep the ones that she deems genetically nice and attractive. This is that mindset that was fed in through there. This is why you got dudes out here teaching other dudes how to be a stud. That's why I no longer call my homies. I'm like, oh, that's my dog. That's my dog. Because That's literally that same mindset. What do you do when you're breeding dogs? You have that one stud dog, and all he do is he's just there to bring all the females in to make more babies as good genes. But them babies get passed around, sold around. They were doing that with us in real life, and this is still going on to this day. This is why you got dudes that having babies with all these chicks creating all these bastards, and these dudes think that junk is like an accomplishment. Oh, I got all these baby mamas. I got blah, blah, blah. If a dude want to get back at another dude, you hear him, the rappers say it all the time. What they do? Oh, I sleep with a nigga's old lady. I sleep with a nigga's baby mama. I got his baby mama. It's all about this sexual way of showing my prowess over you. Doesn't that sound like what happened with the buck breaking? What I just read? Let me go back real quick. Doesn't that sound just like what it is? What he did? They had a public spectacle, restricted him naked with severe whipping and subjected him to sexual assault and rape in front of other enslaved people. It was to emasculate and dehumanize, just demonstrating the absolute dominion using terror. That's the same thing these dudes be on now. That's why we hear these rappers talk about it all the time. Well, I go and I take your old lady. I take your old lady. I sleeping with your old lady. Your old lady up in my house. Oh, that's why your girlfriend's on her knees down here doing this for me. It's always about taking some other dude's chick that make you a better man. How does that make you a better man? Because you're a slave who has been a descendant of a man that got buck broke in front of others. So, okay, this white man through my slave lineage took over and slept with one of my slave ancestors, a woman in front of him. So I'm going to show my virility and my powerfulness by doing the same thing to this dude. I'm better than him because I took his woman. I'm better than this dude because I did this. And you even see these roles played out in prison. That's why when you come in, what they be trying to do? They be telling you, don't drop the soap. Because these dudes be asserting authority and violence through sexual violence. It's a slave system, slave-minded, that black men still got going on in their head. These dudes thinking that this make them an alpha male. This make me a high-value male because I get all these chicks. You see these dudes and these red pill things. All they do is try to tell black men, oh, you got to act like this. Oh, if you want to get the huzz, you got to act like this. You got to do this. You got to have game. You got to dress like this. You got to do this. Oh, you got to get the gym and do this and do this and do that. Now, there's nothing wrong with hitting the gym. There's nothing wrong with bettering yourself. But if you're just bettering yourself just to go off and take advantage of broken women, what is your purpose, my dude? That's why a lot of these dudes is out here running around listless. You see so many videos of these younger dudes like Gen Z and younger talking about how they don't even feel like doing nothing, man. Like they just want to lay around. They have no purpose because the purpose, which was getting women, has been taken away because now they're starting to see that these women is acting crazy. So now they're like, what is there to do in life? I can't do anything. You can't go through the system the way they tell you because, we all see, men, for one, have always seen that the system is a lie because the system never favored us. So we always get in where we fit in and play the game how we played the game. Unless you was a boule sellout, in that case, them the dudes that willingly open their cheeks for the buck breaking, them niggas is a beyond broken. They run around acting like they the bee's knees and they the best because they done sat down and submitted themselves the most to the will of the colonizer, just to act like they doing something better. Oh, I'm better than you because of this. Oh, you Negroes and you're doing it. You see them all the time. We see them, the sellouts, and they on both sides. It's not just the ones that be talking on the Republican side. We see them talking on the little Democrat side too. When you see them out here pushing for these ubiquitous rights and all that kind of stuff, look at here. I will always push for the rights of my people as ethnicity over some sexual stuff any day. You can hide your sexual deviation and your sexual desire from folks all you want to. People, oh no, you can't. It's like, shut up. You can't. You absolutely can't. Nobody looks at a person unless, they're on some weirdo stuff. But if a person is dressed normal, you can't look at them and tell what their sexual orientation is. But, I remember the day I came out as black to my mom and dad. They were so shocked. Like, Mom, Dad, I think I'm a nigga. I've been hiding this from y'all. I know. You found the watermelon seeds and, you found the chicken kernels all over the place. And, there was definitely a, there was a deep smell of Old Spice and Drakkar in the air. But yes, I am a nigga. Like, nah. You wouldn't hide that, so I don't want to hear that. That's a whole separate conversation about that mess. But what that did was it turned a man from being a leader, a thinking being, a being who was valued for being a complete human into just physical aspects of nothingness, physical nothingness aspects. We see this all the time. Again, these athletes are the biggest proof of this, that giving money to dummies. There's one dude, man, I can't remember the man's name, the one that had just picked up where Offset left off with Cardi B, and then got her pregnant while she was still in the middle of her divorce with the other chick. And then he had other chicks that's been pregnant all at the same time. And then he just now got into a domestic violence thing right after the Super Bowl with another chick. Stupid. Because he wasn't developed as a man. He was only valued for what he can do physically. He could take that ball up the field. That's all he was valued for. So he never thought to work on anything other than the things that gave him credence with the society and with women. They valued him because he had money, because he was a football player. He was in shape. They didn't value him because of his mind, clearly, because he's stupid. That you going from the Super Bowl to a courtroom, nigga, you dumb. You got like 3 chicks pregnant at the same time, nigga, you dumb. Stephen Diggs, thank you. Yes, that man, idiot, stupid. I could go on about a bunch of them that's dumb like that. They're just dumb. Man, for those who don't know, Steve McNair was a great quarterback. He was an awesome quarterback. He was a stupid man, cheating on his wife, sleeping in the room with the other chick, the side chick. I guess she upset because she can't be the main chick. She shot this nigga while he was asleep and then killed herself. Now he dead because he can't control himself. Stupid. The impact on women. They exploited the reproductive capacity, the constant sexual violence, and denial of maternal authority. And then it created these seeds in women that still go on to this day. Like I said, this is the reason why those chicks, they get up and they tell you, oh, I don't want no other dude. Oh, they call them undesirable. That's the new thing now. Oh, every other man is undesirable. They not attractive. They unattractive. They unattractive because they not fitting into this stupid thug role. And they only have it for black men, because they say this about black men, but they'll get with a white dude that's the total they'll get with the nerdiest, weirdest looking. I have seen it firsthand. I have a good friend. That is my buddy. That's my dude. He stayed trying to get me to play Dungeons and Dragons with him. The only reason why I don't want to play is because I don't want to dedicate my Saturdays, because these campaigns can go long, and I don't want to dedicate my Saturdays to make it feel like a job to play. That's the only reason why I haven't done it, because I play little one-off games with him here and there. My man is straight up nerdy with it, and I love it. And he comes to me one day about a woman that he's talking to, and it is the most beautiful black woman. I would never put this black woman with a dude like him. I'm telling you, bro, my bro is like, he's a nerdy dude. You know, we both was working in the IT thing together. And I'm like, now, and I started seeing more and more after this. I started paying attention. And I'm like, so a black dude, you got to be Tupac and Obama mixed together. But a white dude, you can just be himself. He can be the just who he is. And that's fine. But a black man, you have to fit this role. You have to fit into this stud role of this over masculine, hyper masculine, aggressive street nigga hood dude with this crazy mentality of what is. That's what makes them excited. That's what makes them attractive. That's when a woman says that men are unattractive. That's what it means. It means you a regular dude. It don't mean that there's anything wrong with you, bro. It means you are a regular dude, and they don't like no regular dude. They don't want that. They want a dude that's off these streets, because that's what's been built into them, because that's what most dudes has been shown on our TVs. All the rappers that we have seen growing up, them niggas is dumb. They are dumb. Absolutely dumb. Very few of these guys have intelligence. Most of them are very slow. And here, as time has gone on and we have seen these things into our adulthood, we can look at some of these niggas and be like, are you serious, bro? Like, this nigga Jim Jones is darn near 50 years old, still banging like he's a street nigga, like a little hood nigga. He on and dressing all pink, making gang signs. Like, my dude, you are darn near 50 years old, my guy. Are you serious? Grow up. You still, I've seen a video. Oh man, what's the dude name? It wasn't Petey Pablo. It was oh man, JT Money. I seen that JT Money had a video. I said, oh, this old nigga still rapping? This nigga still rapping, talking about trapping and all this other stupid stuff. And I'm like, bro, you got a whole gray beard, my nigga. Your beard is gray and you still talking about trapping? Are you serious? Grow up. It's this constant boyhood that they are stuck in. They don't know how to be themselves. So they have to be this street caricature because that's the only caricature that gets them the things that they deem are okay, the exceptions from this broken society and acceptance from broken women. And I say broken women because a woman with some sense gonna look at a dude like that and be like, are you serious? A woman with sense is gonna look at these type of dudes and be like, nah, bro. that ain't it. She's not gonna get the ick because her man would rather stay home and read a book versus go out and run the streets, or he goes and works a 9 to 5 instead of being out here risking his life and freedom for some stupid quick cash money so she can go on a girl's trip. That's a stable-minded woman, but they don't push that. They don't push the stable-minded. They push the nonsense. So this is why you have like 2% of men being over demonstrated like they the norm when they're not. We are not a monolith as black men. There's so many varieties with us, but they would have you fit everybody. Oh, you got to have game and you got to have this and you got to have that. For what purpose? For what purpose? Only to impress a woman. And that's the problem. And this is where this mess comes from. It undermined the organic family formation, created trauma and instability at the foundation of family life. Do we not see this still happening to this day? That's why you see these dudes be out here creating bastards like it ain't nothing. You can't be like that around me. Like if you got kids you ain't taking care of, me and my dudes, we don't roll with niggas like that. Like I had a dude that I went to school with, that I was cool with. He got mad at me because I was like, nah, bro, that's your kid. Like the baby looked just like the nigga. I'm like, bro, that's your kid. Oh, she crazy. Well, nigga, you put your penis in crazy. You got to deal with that for the kid. You brought the life in. He got mad. I don't care. I don't care. You're not going to be no bum and have me condoning it for you. You are an infidel, bro. And if you brought bastard kids into this world, I've said this before, you owe them an apology. You got to reconcile with them children so that you can heal that curse so that they can move on. So that they don't repeat the same mistakes that you've made. So we can stop this pattern because everybody do it. We just do it like it ain't nothing. And we don't see it ain't nothing. But being a bastard is a bad thing. This was a serious, serious thing. This is why they stole our youthfulness away from us. They got us thinking that, oh, at 12 years old, you still got a child's brain or whatever. You have a child's brain at 12 because you were taught to be a child at 12. Heck, even at 22, they be trying to say, oh, you're still a child. No, you're not. You're a whole adult, fully functional brain and everything. They had that stupid saying, oh, your brain isn't fully formed until you're 25. That's a lie. That's not, there's no study for that. That's just some internet nonsense that honestly I feel like a woman made because she got mad that, an older 40-year-old man was getting with a 25-year-old woman. So she tried to find a way to make it weird when it's not. It's absolutely not. I would rather a 20-year-old be with a 40-year-old man and have stability and have a stable family and to get into something where she's not creating trauma for herself, where she's just getting her body just used and slutted out in the streets because, oh, she don't know nothing. What she got to know? What she got to know? All the nonsense in the street? No, all she needs to know is this is what's going on with my husband, who is a man, who is a leader, who has a purpose that I am going to align myself with. And this is the problem. Most men don't have a purpose other than just getting a woman and making a family, and then that's it. Your purpose needs to supersede your family. My purpose is, as you see right now, I'm addressing the culture. Whether I had my woman with me or not, if she couldn't get on my paradigm, hey, she got to go. You see, she gone. Like, nah, my purpose supersedes everything because my purpose is what I've yielded unto Yah, and Yah comes first. Just like he said in the family, it is Yah first, then the husband, then the wife, then the kids, and then everything else. My purpose is aligned to what Yah has given me. So you need to seek Yah for what Yah has given you as a man, whatever it is, and seek that purpose first. And your purpose is not in no woman in the family. All that stuff is to facilitate and make things better. I'm not saying it's not important, but your purpose comes from Yah. And without purpose, you can't be a leader for your family. Your purpose is not that woman and making her happy. This happy life, happy wife crap that they bred into us. That is not your purpose. And they did this because, let's go on to the next one. They denied us the role as provider and protector. They excluded us from economic opportunities post-slavery. This is them trying to remove the purpose. You couldn't go out and start that business that helped feed your community like we had in Tulsa. That's why they burned Tulsa down with happiness. They burned down Rosewood. They burned down and buried over what's now Lake Lanier and all these other Okeechobee and all these other different settlements, even up the movement that was in Philadelphia where they bombed them from the building. Every time black men came together with purpose, the first Black Panthers, not these new niggas. These new niggas is on some nonsense. I'm talking about Huey and them creating the first neighborhood watch. They fed everybody. I saw firsthand accounts from various Anglo people that were Anglo and Asian. They talked about how the Black Panthers fed them when they were hungry. And they brought food to their family. That is men with purpose, setting out to fix your community. Sorry, this thing done skipped over on me. That is to feed your community. That is what they try. That is what they have constantly beat out of us. Every time we come together as men to show purpose, that is when niggas start dying. That is when they go hard. Why do you think they over there trying to kill Traore so much? Why do you think there's been like over 20 attempts on that man's life? Because he is giving purpose back to the nation. And it is aligning with the men who are aligning with him. And they're all creating purpose within their community. You're gaining back the rights that the Most High gave you as the first created being was a melanated man and a melanated woman. You were the original, and they don't want you to have that purpose. They don't want you to walk in who you are. They want you to walk with your eyes low, boy. They want you to be a stud, a oversexed beast. So you just so busy chasing your lust that you don't have time to stop and to acknowledge what the Most High, your leader, your creator, who can give you and refine your purpose. That is what they have taken from us as Black men, our purpose. And it's not just to go to work and bring home a paycheck. It's to infect change upon our community. And everybody has it. If you're a janitor and you go around cleaning things, don't you know in the new kingdom you are going to have a unique perspective on sanitariness? I talked to a dude that he was like, yeah, I had a thought process for a business where, go around and picking up plastics and repurposing the plastics and stuff. There's a brother out there that's taking plastic waste and turning it back into gasoline so we can recycle all this plastic waste that's just these Anglos and left all over on the earth. It don't matter where it is. If you doing things for like workouts and having jokers to work out, that is your purpose, helping people to get healthy. If you work with teeth, if you're the dentist, whatever the Most High has put in your heart, every man has that thing that burns inside of you. But see, because it's not fancy and flashy, because they show us these high value roles, we just throw them away and put it like it's trash. No, the Most High has somebody for every situation, and every man has a purpose to be a leader in that situation, to be an agent to exact change. And instead of seeking that purpose, you out here seeking just I just want to just get by. If you're not even seeking anything, you've been lulled into a sense of just nothingness because your purpose was wrapped up into what they told you. Oh, you got to have a white picket fence. If you ain't 40, if you're 30 years old and you ain't bought your own house, you're a loser. Oh, if you ain't got this type of car, you're a loser. All this stupid material crap that's retarded that logically you can't even get because they jacking up the economy on the back end. But they want to tell you a loser for not having it, even though they keep pulling the goal away from you. It's like they keep raising the bar, like they got the goal. Like that commercial, I think it was a Progressive commercial with the dude who had the dollar on the fishing pole, and the guy went to try to grab it, and he pulled it up. He's like, "Oh, you got to be quicker than that." And he just dangling around him on the fishing pole, and he keep grabbing. That's what they have done with the purpose of Hebrew Black men. That is what they have done. They keep moving the bar. We keep doing better. They still selling lies from the early 90s. Trust and believe. And we as Hebrew men are doing good. I think the last time I seen the stats, we're like number 2 in earnings. Like we're not doing horrible. We're the studies that they have done about Black men as fathers show that we're the most present fathers out of everybody. The other nations want us as men because of that, because we don't mind taking care of our families. Other dudes don't have it like that. Not all of them built like us. And they have weaponized this within us to take that desire that we have for family and destroy it to have us chasing a MacGuffin. For those who don't know, this was a term set up by Alfred Hitchcock. It was called in the movie. It was like whenever you had a certain plot device that just moved the plot along, it was called a MacGuffin. Like you could say the Tesseract and the Avengers series is the MacGuffin. It's the one plot device that the whole story is centered around and is what moves the story around. He called it a MacGuffin. That's what they got us doing. They got us chasing MacGuffins instead of chasing destiny, instead of chasing reality, instead of chasing the purpose that the Most High. And we're not looking to the Most High. We're looking into this world for validation. When the Most High gives you validation, it don't matter what these niggas say. I'm telling you from experience. When you finally shift your mind away from this high value nonsense, all these lies that they fed us, and you follow after the Most High, it feel crazy. It feel crazy. It can. It'll be like, oh man, I'm 40 some years old and I'm just living in an apartment. I don't have this, I don't have that. So what? So what? What do you are outside of the system? You are primed in a position to do what the Most High has you to do. That should be your primary goal, not the acceptance of this system, not even the acceptance of your peers. Other niggas that's still caught up in the system and brainwashed gonna come at you always sideways, because when you start standing out, now they look bad. Now they got to step up, so they can't have that. They got to bring you down to their level because they don't want to come up, because they like being the stud. They like being the the dog, the one who just goes around and digs in the silly women and gets the accolades from the silly women and the silly men. Them be the niggas you see doing all the little social media dances and goofy stuff with their women and all that kind of stuff. You out there following after her doing social media dances instead of you being out there leading your community. Nigga, get real. Get a life. You think that when you get before the Messiah, he's going to be like, well, you did make a couple of funny TikToks. Come on into heaven. No, nigga. None of that matters. Oh, yeah. You were out there slaying all those huss. Come on into heaven. He don't care. What matters is what you do for him and his will. That's what matters. It established patterns. I'm going to the effects on the family structure. It established a pattern where economic stability for families came through women and not men. Didn't I just talk about how they took away the jobs? See, they upended the whole system that the Most High created. They made it easier for the women to get jobs. Why they always, they love their we the most educated. We the most educated. No, you're not educated. You're just funneled through a system, and that's why all y'all crying for student loan debt relief. Because they just addled y'all with student loan debt, gave you useless degrees, and now here it is. When they done using the women, you see what happened last year. They fired over half the women in the workforce. 40-some% of Black women were fired last year. It was a control mechanism. It's all control. Now they got the new AI robots and stuff. I don't know if y'all saw the year of the horse celebration in China where they had the robots doing kung fu. I'm talking about drunken kung fu and everything. They had the little kids out there fighting with I mean, it was crazy. Robots, bro. They straight robots. They done. They ready to move on to the next paradigm. This all been a trap and a setup, and it's time for us to free our mind from this rat race that they put us in. For men, the psychological warfare, the buck breaking, they were made a public spectacle of emasculation and terror to destroy male resistance and authority within the community. Why is it that every time on the news, it's something that my mom said that I paid attention to after this. She used to love the crime shows, and she was watching this one, I think it was like True Crime or something, and it was like a Florida edition one. And there was a lot of crimes in the city that we lived in. And she was like, she said, I've been living down here in Florida for quite a while now, X amount of years. And she's like, I've never seen any of these different crimes on the news. These were heinous crimes, man. These were crimes, these again, they were crimes done by Anglo descent people. And it was, one where a woman was killing her husband. She had like a gang of husbands. They called her the Black Widow. She was killing these men left and right. They had these white men that were killing their women and their wives in horrible, heinous ways. I mean, it was a lot of crazy crimes that this series had showed that didn't get hardly any attention really in the news locally. But if Tyrone went and robbed the liquor store, they put his picture all over the news. That's the new modern buck breaking and emasculation. Anytime, a black man do something, they got to show your criminal. They got to pull out the criminal case. I remember when the one homeless man, it was a Hebrew man, and he had heard these young girls screaming out of this basement, and he went and called the police, and then they found out that this man, again, this Anglo man, had captured like 3 or 4 women and stuffed them in the basement. And him calling the police actually got them women and saved their lives. And he was being lauded as a hero, but the white media couldn't have that, so they go digging in this man's past and want to talk about, he got a violent past, and they start bringing up his record and stuff. What that got to do with the fact that this man saved them people? What that got to do with any of that? Like, if we want to talk about records, I knew a dude, again, another Anglo descent man who had all kinds of felonious records. He couldn't even sign checks. He had like kidnapping, all kinds of stuff. But this man owned a business. Nobody brought his record up. And so his record, man, you'd be surprised. The stuff we see what's going on with these files that's coming out with all these folks and what they did and what they've been doing. But they want to talk about the dude that got mad and got into a pushing match with his wife. Oh, okay. The dude that stole a couple bucks from the corner store. I ain't saying that's wrong or right, but if we're gonna sit here and talk about who's horrible, stealing a couple bucks out of a corner store, killing babies and eating their entrails. I'm just saying. This is still the current buck breaking that's going on to this day. It's just taking a different form. And then it says it created the effect on the structure. It created a model of a family authority that was not patriarchal, but was born from trauma and disruption. This is what we still see to this day. We don't talk about how these mothers are horrible to their kids. They always want to talk about absentee fathers, which a lot of times, and especially in the 90s, yeah, you could get away with that. But really, I can definitely say, especially amongst millennial men and Gen X men and stuff like that, we turned that around. Dudes be trying to be in their kids' family. They be trying to be in their kids' life. It's very few like that now. Most of the time it's like that now because they have gotten the woman to a point of just such craziness because it's matriarchal that they are allowed to pull the men out. You even got women like Ebony K on TV with her little professional, European voice. Oh, I just decided to be a mother. That I decided I do not need a man for my motherhood. So I wanted to go down this route to become a mother without having a man. Trying to make it sound like the professional woman was fine having kids that don't need a daddy. And we see that that's the worst thing ever. It's statistically proven that women raise the worst children. They've upended the family authority and created this this matriarchal nonsense, which has created the most horrible sets of men and women. Most of the men in jail come from single mama homes. They have no control of their emotions because no man was there to teach them how to properly move as a man. This is how they pulled us away from the situation. Weaponizing us, our desire for our family, and weaponizing it to turn us into nothing more than slave makers. A bastard child in this American Babylon society is prime and ripe to be a brand new brain slave. That's how that nigga grow up burning sage with a nose ring, talking about he a witch doctor and practicing sex magic and junk with some old goofy chick that just got finished charging her crystal by the moonlight with all her other fellow Lilith-led losers. This is the type of mess that we dealing with, and this is all from slavery still left over. Because they don't want you as men to be leaders. They want you to be nothing more than a beast of burden. So how did we get here? The spells broadcast to corrupt minds. Television became the biggest weapon. The first positive, quote unquote, light black men received in movies was a pimp, blaxploitation film. Before that, it was always some old Sambo. Sorry, I remember watching Dr. No, and I didn't catch this my first when I was younger, but I caught it when I was older, where they had the black dude in there with James Bond, and that nigga told that black dude, go fetch me my shoes, would you? Told that man, grown man, to fetch his shoes. Like, are you serious? Had that nigga out there with that little tiny behind revolver, and he'd of course the first one to get killed by the doggone flamethrower. Just a Sambo role. Yeah, boss. Yeah, boss. That's pretty much the roles we had. It was yes, a boss. Yes, sir. It was always some old tap dancing nonsense. So the first time we actually showed having some power was when they had stuff like Dolomite. He coming out beating up on the white man as a pimp, you know. He got all the women, and he put the white man in his place. yeah. I show that white man by being the same broken stud that they want me to be, and spreading that out. This reinforced the stud oversexed animal narrative. We seen it all in those blaxploitation, even Shaft. I'm the smooth detective, but I'm always getting the women because I'm just too cool, and I'm just getting these girls, and I'm out here being violent and whooping niggas and stuff. I'm a cop, but I still move like a street nigga. Yeah. Why do you think that most women out here looking for that type of dude? This he's got a quote unquote righteous side, but he's also still hood and street. And he's also still just got that street appeal, that hood nigga appeal. That's that stud oversexed animal stereotype. Because all of them are like that. And to be on the truthful, most of them niggas is gay. All your favorite, I would go to as far as to say like 90% of your favorite male rappers are gay. Yeah, them niggas is gay. You see how some of these names popping up in them files that's coming out? I got a video I want to show. It's not, it's nothing to do with this. It's actually just a funny video that I want to show y'all at the end of this that, kind of gets into a little something like that, because I thought about this dude in particular, who they was talking about when I was making this, and then I found that, and I was like, I'm going to play this at the end. It's hilarious. They use that. Then music from jazz, funk, disco, hip-hop, R&B, and soul music often pushes tropes of men stealing the girl of another man, proving his virility or his seductive abilities to get a broken-minded woman to submit to him, not as a leader, but as his sexual conquest. Like, if you really go back, all the songs, it's so funny, man. I was at this wedding, and my brother turned and leaned into me because they were playing one of the songs. He's like, this really isn't a good song to play in the wedding because it's about cheating. I'm like, I know. Most songs that we call is about love is about cheating. How many have probably played Minnie Riperton, Saving All My Love? I think that was Minnie Riperton, Saving All My Love for You. That song's about cheating. She's saving her love. She's not giving the love to her husband. She's giving it to the side nigga. Saving all my love for you. Me and Mrs. Jones got a thing going on. Like, all the songs was about that. We all look at it. Usher. For anybody shocked that Usher's a home wrecker, all you had to do was listen to his songs. One of his first breakout hits was My Way. Don't Check Me. It was your girl who let me take it this far. Then ooh wee. She had to have it every chance that she could get. Nigga, come on. We sitting here glorifying this mess and rocking this mess, and then wondering why niggas is out here acting like sleeping with another man's woman is like the biggest thing. Like, oh yeah, I'm better than that nigga. Yeah, you got this on. You ain't got this on me. You ain't got that on me. It's this stupid nonsense that just turns you into an animal. You're no better than a doggone dog on a show at a dog show. You were created in the pure image of the Most High, more so than any other man walking this earth as a melanated man. Because the Father in heaven is melanated, and they've got you reduced to a beast. The very thing that you have authority over, but you measure yourself like a beast. It's time out for this crap. We got to stop listening to this mess and stop making excuses for this crap, because again, it's in the soul. We got soul ties for it because we grew up with it. All the music was about that. Lil Wayne, I wish I could screw every girl in the world. He was talking about your girl, my dude. He was talking about all your mama, all of them. They talk about it all the time. What do you think they be saying when they be saying, I do this on you niggas? You're listening. You are niggas. This is what they've been pushing. All the music pushes this mess. If you really go, I'm talking about it's in everything. It's all lustful, twisted nonsense. And is it any wonder we got the problems that we have in our community? Because this is what you literally have droned into you all day long. TV shows, the Cosby Show and Rock were one of the few shows where the black man was not emasculated or portrayed by actors who were homosexual off screen. Yeah, everybody loved Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil was a gay man off screen. How is a gay man going to portray the life of a straight man? I'm sorry. Your lifestyle, your appetite is not what a straight man does. Why is it that we gotta be represented by men who have alternate appetites compared to us? If they wanted to have a gay man actor, go act in go and play Will and Grace. Go play a gay man. The Family Matters. Your father, Carl Winslow, again, homosexual man. But that was playing the dad, the big bumbling idiot. They always have it like that. They're the big, fat, bumbling idiot black man. That's why I played that video in the beginning. The same trope. Fat, bumbling idiot black man. That as soon as a woman come around, he just he just break down. Nigga turn into Goofy. Oh, you want these meals? You sure is pretty. Well, you're extra thick. Okay, you can have these. Stupid. Just lose all sense of reason and knowledge and reason because of flesh. In a few years, that thing, everything on that body gonna be sagging. All that ain't gonna matter. It's gonna die and turn to dust. What matters is what's on the inside. It sounds tropey, but it's the truth. None of that mess matter, but you letting it make you make horrible life choices because of just a temporal beauty that she's only gonna have for so long. And now you out here throwing away your leadership and throwing your power, just as when King Lemuel was told not to do by his mother. Don't give your power to a woman. I have said this before. Every Jezebel needs an Ahab. These women are being fueled by the fact of these dumb men like this that keep giving their power over because you are taught to chase after women instead of chasing after purpose and destiny. I highly recommend every man to check out Miles Monroe's series on purpose. Buy his book about purpose. That is one of the best reads I've ever read. His series that he even talks about, you can find it on YouTube. That's what really took me to a next level as a man. To hear this purpose. That's when I turned around in my mindset. It ain't about them. It is, they again, not saying that your wife and your kids and stuff are not important. You have to listen with nuance and balance. Your driving factor should be the purpose that the Most High has given you. And that drive is where you come in and use that authority and that leadership that the Most High has given you to cover your family. If you don't have that drive, that's why your family is in the state that it's in. It's not so much that your woman is crazy. It's because you're listless and you have no purpose, and she is reflective of that. Now, when you have purpose, she either going to get on with your purpose and get on your screen, and then, hey, things going to be popping, or she going to hop off because she's rebellious. It is what it is. But as a man, you got to be good for every eventuality. Hey, if she decide to leave, I'm putting this in the Most High that I'm still going to come out and be good. And regardless, you can't let fear of these things lead you away because following the Most High is paramount. One thing I'll give Lot, when his wife turned around and turned to that salt, that nigga didn't even turn around. He kept going. I don't blame Lot. Hey, I told you not to turn around. I get it. We left some cheering back there. But we got to go. They made their choice. We know what's going on. No, you want to turn around. I ain't finna turn around. Hey, I'm sorry to see you go out like this. You a whole Tower of Mortons right now. I'm gone though. I'm out. I ain't turning around. You can't let that. Abraham knew that when he took Isaac up on that mountain, his wife wasn't gonna like it. And he did everything he can to minimize the damage to her. But he knew that was his first worry. How am I going to tell her? Because he was like, it wasn't a question of I'm not going to do this. The question is, how am I going to deal with her being upset that I'm going to do this? Because my first desire is with the Creator. He was a man who followed Yah regardless of what anybody else said, his wife included. Willing to put his wife and child on the side, all for the fulfilling the will of Yah. That's what the symbolicness of that meant. Not that he went to go kill him and all this and that. Is that if I were to force to walk away for whatever reason that the Most High may have, I have to do it. Now, you can't, we see how that story ended. The Most High, he ain't going to do all that, but he wants you to be in that position where you put him over everything. And only when you're in that position as a man, where you're chasing your purpose in the Most High, can all these other things get added onto you. That's why Abram was rich and he had all those things, because he chased the Most High first. His eye was single upon the Most High. His mind was focused on Yah and his will. All that other stuff was just supplements to help fulfill that will. His goal wasn't to get the money so he could flex on everybody. His goal wasn't to get the money so he could get all the women and all that. His goal was to use it to bring people to the Most High. He had a vineyard set up for passerbys when they came in. He even had clothes and food set up so they could come in and stop. And when the people would come in and stop in his place to eat, he would tell them about Yah. He was using his wealth to influence the nations around him. This is what they took us away from. This is why they want us out of the Bible. They don't want us in it. They want us out here running the streets doing this nonsense. They show you these TV shows with these homosexual men doing these hyper masculine in the wrong direction type dudes. Other TV shows make the black man fat and stupid, a bumbling dope, while the woman was composed and rarely, if ever, wrong. This is the media that they had us consuming. Every positive image, think about it. Every positive image you've seen, like training day. Oh, we got a black man as a cop. Oh, he a dirty cop. Oh, you also have the trope of the good man and the dead man. Man on fire. Oh, yeah, he was a man looking for redemption. Oh, but he died for the little white girl. Oh, how touching. The black man puts himself on the line for the little white girl. Oh. Yeah, A Quiet Place. The husband was a good husband. What happened? He dies. Mufasa, looking there, protecting his son. What happened? Dies. It's a common trope. Why is it that the good daddies are always dead? Or the good father figures are always dead? Uncle Ben with Spider-Man. Dead. How did we get here? Happy wife, happy life. The good man was a dead man. Just what I was just talking about. Men were constantly told to hold their women in esteem, even to the chagrin of themselves. That means to their own detriment. This took the selfless nature that a husband has towards his wife and weaponized it to be taken advantage of by women who were being brainwashed to think themselves smarter and more eligible to lead. Remember, the TV shows always showed the woman as the most composed and smart. How many times did Harriet and Family Matters have to, come together and bring the situation together for Carl? Or in King and Queens, you would always have to have, the wife come in and fix the situation for the bumbling idiot. Or Everybody Loves Chris. Look at how greasy that woman was talking to that man. That man out there working hard and doing. I remember I saw the one clip for when the girl was trying to, the young daughter was trying on bras because she was starting to, bud out. So she was like trying on bras. Somebody had given her a bra and she had got ran up on and she pushed the bra and stuffed it in her daddy's drawer. And then the mom comes in and catch the bra in the drawer. And now she giving this man pure hit. I mean, just disrespecting him all in front of the kids. It's just pure disrespect. And then when the truth come out, do you think she apologized? Do you think she humbled herself in front of the kids and apologized? No, that's fine. It's okay to disrespect the man. And the man has just been used to dealing with it. The black man just deal with it. Oh, it is how it is. Just used to the disrespect. Just let's allow disrespect to just come. We just deal with it because we know we don't want to, we be tired. We be pushed down by the whole world. So it's like, look, you pick your battles. You be like, you know what? It is what it is. You just take this disrespect becomes just the normal thing. You shouldn't have to take disrespect, brother. And if you calling your woman on disrespect will cause her to leave, you need to be okay with that. You should not accept disrespect. Don't accept the disrespect from like that. That's not how that should be. Don't allow people. You can check people on disrespect without having to fight them. You can just simply speak up and say, hey, I don't appreciate that. Hey, when you say that, I find that disrespectful. You don't have to get all puffed up or whatever. You can talk about it. You know how we know how to do it. You don't gotta get in your emotions with it. You can check the disrespect as a man. Be more mindful to speak up. I got put into a situation at work where I'm a different type of IT dude. I don't do setups for laptops and all that kind of stuff like that. I don't do that. But we got put into a situation where I got pulled on site by this salesperson, and then I'm like, he got me out here setting up. I was upset setting up laptops and printers and all this for this little office, this little tiny office. I'm like, bro, I put together stuff like I work on things that bring in tens of thousands of dollars. This is a waste of my time. Are you serious? And I spoke up to the dude. I was like, hey, I said, hey, I got a lot of things to do that really just in the grand scheme of things are bigger than this. Dude was like, I didn't know. He was apologetic because he didn't realize he also got pulled into a situation that was crazy or whatever. But I spoke up about it. I determined that I was no longer just going to be there's lots of times, once upon a time, where I just would have passively just taken it and just not dealt with it because I'm like, oh, what's the point? Oh, what's this? No. Be an advocate for yourself. Speak up. If that's going to cause an issue or whatever, hey, you ain't stuck in one place, my dude. You ain't stuck. Like your health and well-being is the paramount, and being at a place that disrespects you constantly day in and day out just to bring home a pay, nah, that's not worth it, bro. That's not worth it. We too used to the disrespect as Hebrew men. And I ain't saying you got to get out here and start fighting. I mean, because some dudes, that's what they want to do. No, don't do that. I'm saying you handle it. You take it to Yah. How would you what's the best way? Teach me, give me the opportunity to handle this situation. Give me the words to handle this situation. If you don't know, and he will begin to teach you to handle the situation, because it is not the Messiah's will that you, his son, be disrespected. You are his son. You are created in his image. A disrespect to you, especially as one of the royal household of the Hebrews, a disrespect to you is a disrespect on him. Especially if you're not wrong and you're just doing what you're supposed to do. Now, if you're wrong, it is what it is. Don't try to, change it up if you're wrong. But if you're not wrong, you can bring that petition to the Most High. We have to advocate for ourselves more in a way that is positive, that doesn't just keep you in this subservient place. Because like it or not, that silence and that it is what it is and just move it, that's subservience, man. A lot of folks don't like me because I speak up. I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. I'm going to say something. I used to be the dude that just quietly took the disrespect and the nonsense. Not no more. There's some things, some levels of disrespect when it comes from something just dumb and stupid, like when the dude come up, I get more girls than you. Whatever. I'm not gonna argue with you. That's pathetic. That's beneath me. But in this situation, with this job situation, I didn't want this happening again. So I had to say something. I advocated for myself. You need to be that advocate for yourself in all situations. They took the man's desire to protect his home, and it was weaponized to create the noble sacrifice trope, to be placed in this almost religious idolization. I talked about Man on Fire, the movie on Quiet Place as well, and then Armageddon. That was another one, big one. Again, it is. I'm not saying, you shouldn't, hey, if some situation come, no greater love than a man has to lay down his life for another. But it's to the point where they idolize it here in this society, where most men feel like that's the best way to go out. I'm going out in a blaze of fire. I'm going to, it's almost like like I said, it's like a religious idolization where a dude just be waiting for the chance to just kill himself just to be like, look, I saved everybody. No, you're needed. Because when you're gone, who's going to take care of your kids? Who's gonna bring what you have? We all have something that is just for us, that was just within us to bring. No, everybody has something, a piece of the pie. This is a joint. This is a community. All together as men, we all have something to bring. I learned from many different men, from all their unique perspectives and how they see things. That's what we need. We shouldn't be so quick to want to just go out. If there's no other choice, then hey, there's no other choice. It is what it is. But a lot of times there's a choice. But they put this idolization of this mess in us. Like I said, this isn't to diminish men who sacrifice for others. But our first thought should be to be here for our family and community, because the male leadership within all men is needed. Leadership that we have is needed. A man chooses A slave obeys. One of my favorite quotes from a video game. Y'all probably heard me say it before. Andrew Ryan from BioShock. A man chooses, a slave obeys. We are more than the sum of the women we bed. A man is more than just a sex machine. Your mind is needed. Your guidance is needed. Your skills are needed. Your leadership is needed. The Hebrew man, the so-called black man, is needed, as we were the first beings created and trusted by Yahuwah to be caretakers over the earth and subdue it to the will of the Creator. That is our purpose, to find these different ways that we subdue this earth and we bring this back to the Creator by enhancing our community, by making it so that we create more followers of Yah. We refine our young men and our young women to be better followers of Yah, to better improve their lives so they do better than us. Even if it's you telling the kids, hey, this is what I did, this is what it did for me, and this is how you do better. It's all in different ways that the Most High has given us. We can't shy away from our mistakes. We have to see who we are and then pass this on to the next generation so that they do better. Work to build better things so they don't fall for the same crap that we fall for. We can't pass down these same slave wounds that we've been receiving for all these years, this same broken mentality. It's time we break this mess up off of us. We're not just here to just try to bed women and get with women and all that. That's not the end all be all for a man. That's not the ultimate, the ultimate form of a man. All the women want you. Who cares? A bunch of broken women want you, bro. That's actually sad. That's sad. You should be the type of dude that they're intimidated by, because you exude the leadership and the will of Yah that they don't even know how to deal with you. You intimidate them because they know they can't come play their games with you. That's how you should be. So that only a woman of purpose will look at you and be like, yo, all right, I see him. And there ain't a lot of women of purpose around. I'm sorry. So yeah, you ain't going to be popular with the people. You ain't going to be popular with the women. But guess what? Who cares about popularity when you're standing before the Messiah and the Most High on Judgment Day and he's looking in them books? Are you going to be like, at least everybody liked me. The block was cool with me. None of that crap gonna matter. Everybody shows love for DMX, but I listened to, again, one of his songs that fits the subject. How's it going down? Him messing with another chick, another dude's chick, and then doing all this mess with her on the side. And then at the end of the day, the dude done left her. She come to him with the kids, and he like, hey, we're going to always be the best of friends. Ha-ha. Mad love, boo, to the end. Ha-ha. Like when you really listen to that song, it's grimy. A lot of DMX's songs are grimy, promoting killing and all this and that, but everybody resonated with his struggle. But look at his catalog of music that he left. Look at his legacy that he left. That's a terrible legacy. I'm sorry. That's a terrible legacy to leave behind. That your legacy is a bunch of songs talking about drugs and killing dudes and being out here doing all this. Like, he said some crazy stuff. Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood was a crazy album. Man, talking about how his penis was covered in blood because he had relations with a corpse. He was talking about necrophilia, bro. I don't think we really pay attention to what these niggas be saying, because niggas just be bopping and vibing, but you're not hearing the curses that these dudes are spitting. They are spitting curses. And that's his legacy. While I do admire that in the end, he was definitely trying to turn it around, look at what you sold out for. The majority of your life was done leading other dudes and other men and women down a path of unrighteousness. This is the nonsense that we vibe to. These are the people that we so-called look up to. Everybody, oh, Jay-Z, he's the greatest, first black everything. Oh, he's billionaire, black billionaire, blah, 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 blah. All the songs talking about all the getting women. I used to be the worst. I had a different one every day. Had niggas mad saying I wish he was gay. Again, finding your purpose in betting simple women. This same broken mentality that they pushing. Shorty, say what's your price? And to back it up, you can have my ice. I got the money to lure in the simple woman. Now you owe me something. Owe me back like you owe your rent. Owe me back like it's money I spent. Owe me back when you shake it like that. Come on, man. Come on. We listening to curses, and this is the thing that men have built their manhood on this buck broken slave mentality. Don't be a slave, be a man and choose. Choose to obey the Father. Choose to follow your creator. Don't obey the programming that you have been given. Don't just fall under this sexual animal that they want us to make us into, that we just can't control ourselves. Again, the video I showed in the beginning, dude just giving off $60 worth of stuff to these badly dressed Jezebels that ran up in the church just to get some free food, that they wouldn't even look at this man any other type of way. Big old fat dude, they wouldn't even look at that dude any other type of way, but they wanted something from him. Biggie was again gay nigga. I don't know if y'all seen that documentary about with Diddy and Biggie and him rubbing his cheek on Diddy's hand, talking about his hand being like just gayness. But again, this man running through beautiful women because he was a part of that same system. He got the money, he got power, so of course they throw the women at him. Faith, a woman like Faith wouldn't even look twice at that nigga if he was just a regular dude on the street working a regular 9 to 5, doing the right thing in life. A chick like Lil Kim wouldn't even look twice at that nigga if he was a regular dude doing what he was supposed to do, working a good job and living properly. Nah, he a street dude, with money and little influence and stuff, because he opened up his cheeks to Puff Daddy, and he got a little baby oil on him, but he got money. This is the mess that we have to overcome as men. Our value is not found in women. Our value is found in our purpose for the Messiah, the Most High, what he has given us. So, with that, I wanted to also play this one particular video here. This is the one, but this is something else that I wanted to show y'all. This is from a dude called Morbid Melon. This is his channel here, Morbid Melon. I recommend his channel. I recommend it because, as you're gonna see, my man, he do stuff, but it has receipts. This is kind of going into what we're talking about these men that have broken themselves for authority and power.
Last time on Fall of the House of Cards.
Why is Blue calling again? It must be something wrong at home. Okay, I hear you. Hold on. Slow down. What's wrong? What? Okay, hold up. Let me call Auntie Oprah. Hold on. Give me a second, Dame. Hold up. Hey, Oprah, what's going on here? What's happening? I'm hearing some things.
Give me a second, Jay. Hold on. Yeah, that one right there. Perfect. Give me 10 of those. What do you need, Jay? And hurry up, because I'm busy. I gotta get my ingredients for my skincare line.
People saying the full files is out, and I'm about to get in trouble.
Oh, yeah, I heard. Lucy just called me about it. What's the problem?
Nah, Lucy promised it wouldn't be till I'm 60.
Do you even remember how old you are?
Wait, we've been changing our ages too much. We forgot? Hold up. Let me see. How old am I?
Jay, you're 63.
Oh, hell no. I'm really 60. What?
Yeah, you an old nigga.
Not like this, Oprah, no. What about you, though? You was doing things, too.
Nigga, fuck you me. What about me? Fuck you worry about me for? Shit. Worry about your damn self. I kept all my shit in Africa. You know don't nobody give a fuck about no Africans. What about me, nigga? This stupid-ass motherfucker. Fix your lace front, nigga.
Oprah, this bitch done hung up on me. What you looking at, nigga? You always wanted this to happen to me.
What's going on, Jay?
They coming for me, Dame. That's what's going on. Yo, B, there you go. My sweet B, please tell me some good news. Tell me some of your demon friends told you something good. Ain't that what you been doing back there? Trying to make life better for me?
No one's coming to save you, Jay.
What? So what the hell was you doing back there then? You going down with me? You know if you don't fix this for me, you coming with me?
Remember, I was young when you met me. As a matter of fact, Jay, I think I feel a little bit of grooming coming on.
Oh, you nasty bitch. See? You see, Dame, she always do this to me. So I hate arranged marriages.
Don't worry, Jay. I'll put 100 on your books every now and then.
Everybody turned against me, Dame. What I'm supposed to do? Yo,
I told you it was gonna happen, nigga.
Desiree, where you at? Somebody help. Help me.
Nigga, calm down. Calm down. Go pull yourself together, man.
Yeah, you right. I'm wildin'. I'm sick of this boule shit. I was just building my empire, my real empire. Now look at me. I'm gonna be all over the news. Done. Hey, yo. Yo, listen, it's over for me already. You don't gotta do nothing scary to me, Ghost. Wait.
So what did you bring me today, Jay?
I got you a meat lovers.
You brought my favorite.
You know I need this deal to go through for me.
I'll take care of it.
Hey, yo, T, bring that in.
Where am I?
And this is the pusher you were telling me about? I thought there was 2 of them.
Yeah, but his brother don't really get down like that. It's all good.
Oh, she looks tasty. Do you want some of this, Jay?
Nah, I'm good. You know I'm still burning from that last Diddy party. But you know I like to watch anyway. So go ahead, man, go eat.
Enjoy the show, fellas.
Wait, no. Not again.
So I did good, Jay?
You did real good. I'm gonna send you your Bitcoin later.
What's Bitcoin?
Oh, it's just a currency Repstein made up so they can't trace us. Oh, and make sure you hold on to it too. We're gonna trick them into making it 100,000 in the future. We gonna be rich, T. All you gotta do is stick with me.
Damn, that pizza looks good. Let me get a slice.
Oh, watch out, T. Watch your feet. He rolling. I ain't never meet nobody as freaky as him, man. Watch your feet, bro.
Hold up, my niggas. I am coming. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way.
Oh, he can't wait for it. Go do your thing, Steven. Be wary of that nigga.
Wait, but I thought so his shit worked down there? Oh, aight. Jay, nigga, wake up. Jay.
Yo, get off me, Dame.
Damn, what the fuck going on with you, man?
Y'all got me going down by myself. This is what you wanted.
Matter of fact, I am kind of happy this shit happened to your ass. Best black everything, nigga. I got my own family office.
Now, watch this though. This is the crazy part. Watch this.
So this is one of Oprah's favorites. She says it's a miracle fountain of youth and her magic wrinkle cure. So I'm gonna put a little on your hand.
I'll do that. Oprah did.
Yeah, Oprah did it. All right, so here, we're gonna rub it right in.
How come it's red?
I'll show you in a sec, Steve. But so it's made from human foreskin. I'm sorry, Steve.
Beyonce got caught in a freaking lie.
My birthday, September 4th, 1981.
Claims that she and her family have been misleading the public for decades about her true age.
She went to high school with Beyonce.
That she's possibly already in her 50s.
I told y'all that.
Now what keeps this theory alive isn't unsubstantiated social media chatter. Then came this alleged bombshell piece of evidence. What you're looking at is an apparent document that leaked from the Texas Department of Health, stating that a certain Beyonce Giselle Knowles was in fact born on September 4th to Matthew and Tina Knowles. The only problem is, the stated year of birth is 1974, which would make her 51.
Dean is the creator of Bitcoin.
Wait, how, man?
In the files, in the emails, it states was talking about Satoshi Nakamoto. Oh, that's the code name, alias of the creator of Bitcoin. Oh my God. And he was mentioning it early, way before it was even a thing. There was all these billionaires before, and one of them, very famous billionaire, in an interview, he said, if you knew who was behind Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin would crash.
If you knew who was really behind Bitcoin, you would run as fast as you could to sell it. I know. 100%. If you knew who owned Bitcoin or who started Bitcoin, you had Bitcoin, you couldn't sleep at night.
This viral email has been circulating, supposedly from October 31st of 2008, claiming that Jeffrey is talking to Maxwell about being Satoshi Nakamoto, and that's his pseudonym. It's a conversation between them two. Satoshi Nakamoto is the pseudonym of the creator of Bitcoin. This is a long-running internet theory that created Bitcoin for the purpose of trafficking.
She's already positioning herself as the innocent party, the woman who was manipulated, the woman who didn't know. But if my theory is correct, she knew everything. She was part of it. She just played her role better than anyone else. Let's talk about Pusha T for a second, because his name is also in the files.
Pusha T got involved as a handler, as these rich men would abuse her, drug her so that she wouldn't know what was happening.
So people want to know why Jay-Z was in the files. Well, it was said that he was present with Harvey, who was a good friend of his, by the way, and Jeff, when a victim was abducted. Now, many people were like, Jay-Z's not friends with Harvey. He wasn't friends with Jeff. Just because he's in a couple pictures, doesn't mean anything. Well, let's hear what Harvey said himself.
You know what? This is a labor of love for Jay, and as a result, he's my friend. We're here to talk about that and nothing else.
So yeah, the man cartoon packed full of facts. He be making, it be little jokes here and there, but it's chock full of facts. My man was spitting nothing but facts in there, and I played that in the end because these are the men that we have been shown as the leaders, especially amongst us. This is who they work for. This is what they do. These are the leaders that we so-called have. These are the type of men that are out there. Jay-Z, he got another one about Diddy. Again, his name is his channel name is called Morbid Melon. It's actually I'll put the link here in the chat for y'all, so y'all can go and check out his channel for yourself, because he got a lot of stuff out there, and he come with receipts at the end of all his videos. He show you receipts to show you that he not just making idle jokes, that these things coming from real life stuff that's going on. So this is again that stud buck broken mentality. These niggas embody it in the fullness of it all. Because now that they're done with them and they're ready to move on to the next level for this rulership in the government, they tossing all these niggas away one by one. One by one. Yes, exactly, brother Eric. All idols must come down before the Most High. 1,000%, brother. 1,000. All of them is coming down. All of them is coming down. These are the dudes that have, all these different rappers and all these different dudes and these actors and stuff who were involved with all this mess that most of us already, those of us that's been in the known, this is like, it's hard to stay humble, what I'm saying, as a quote unquote conspiracy theorist in this day and age, because I'm just looking around at these niggas like, oh, first time? Oh, y'all just now finding out what we've been telling y'all for years. Been saying for years that they've been taking kids, all these missing kids have been going places and they've been sacrificing. I've been saying that junk since the 2000s. We've been saying this junk for years. Those of us that know, we've been saying this for years. Then now it's coming out that these dudes that was the so-called leaders, the so-called advanced ones, of society, was the ones running around with the most nonsense, the most ridiculousness. These are the men that they have put before you as leaders. These are the men that they put before the women as to be the most desirable. How many women out here worshiping this chick, Beyonce? His stuff on Beyonce is hilarious stuff that he got on about Beyonce. How twisted and crazy that chick is. Like the fact that so many women are twisted is because they fall under that principality that she wants for. Man, I'd give a whole episode if I just talk about Beyonce and all the mess that she on, her and her arranged marriage with Jay-Z. Like he said, that whole situation was a mess, just a pure mess all the way around. Talk about artificially placed artists. And then these dudes and put into these positions and stuff too. Again, these are the broken bucks that went along with the get along. Just like he said, the boule. He was in there washing up. Oh, I'm tired of this boule. His Jay-Z voice is so hilarious to me. I'm tired of this boule. You try to get me in trouble. Like this is the reason why we are needed as men, bro. So we can call out these sorry jokers, so that we can be the voices to call these garbage niggas out, so that we can be the ones that say, nah, this ain't how we move, bro. We don't move like that. And then we can try to protect the women and the children that want to listen. If they don't want to listen, hey, it is what it is. Off to Epstein Island with you. But for those that's going to listen, that's going to come up under the protection, that's going to submit, hey, we got you. But we not out here idolizing these false, broken, weak men no more. Let us rise above these sorry jokers. That's why I showed that, because these are the type of dudes that's out there. These are the so-called leaders. The so-called, ones that folks look up to. Oh, look, he's a black billionaire. You know how Jay-Z got his billionaire status? He got it from getting a vineyard. For that I forget the name of the official name of that wine he has, but it's it's called Ace of Spades because it's got that ace on there. And it's like, bro, you don't just get a wine yard. These are old money things that they don't just come up on a yard sale. You don't just go on Craigslist and buy a wine vineyard. You don't just go to a sale site and buy that. These things are passed down in generations of families. These things go down in these old families. So, he done did some stuff to get his reward, to get that thing that brought his value up to $1 billion. And just like they brought down R. Kelly, then they brought down Cosby, but they brought down Cosby because Cosby was trying to change the game. So they put absolute nonsense on him. And then they brought down Diddy and all the other folks around him. Now they gonna keep throwing black men in front of everybody to keep hiding the fact while they go off to war and play these war games and stuff. It's time for us to come out of this mess, bro. We got to cleanse our mind of this false stereotype of a man that they've given us and become true men of Yah. Men who are in touch with our emotions, who control our emotions righteously, who lead righteously, and bring all the men and women and children and lead them towards righteousness. That our foundation is the word and the laws of Yah that is written in our heart. That is what we need to be at. Not at this stupid case of nonsense. This Scarface, get the money, then the power, then the women crap. No, it's none of that. It's coming after the Most High Yah, seeking him first so that everything else can be added. That's where we got to be at, man. That's where we need to be. So I appreciate y'all coming through today, man. I appreciate y'all. And I will see everybody again next week. Y'all be blessed.
It's still good right here, Sean. What up, fam? Yeah. Young Cuddy. Yeah. Yeah. We got the same father. Yes, I am my brother's keeper. That's end of discussion. If you won't die for your family, then you living for nothing. We hold each other accountable, cause sin is corruption. We know it start off lovely, but it will end with destruction. Hurt one of my brothers, you'll feel a concussion. Don't lay a hand on his children, you can die just from touching. We always stick together, tribes. If you think we bluff and kill whatever's out to break us, that was our final instructions. It's the blood that keeps us together. We stay connected just in case we start to get weak under pressure. Some of y'all never get the bigger picture, but it's so important that we live according to the scriptures. It's a blessing to be able to confess a confession to somebody when you down and out and you stressing. I'm guessing from this session that you learned in this lesson. I'd rather die for my brothers, no question.
My brothers from another mother, but now even closer, cause we all blood cover. At first we're all mud smothered, God still loved us. Now I see the big chick, not peanut butter, but smooth, the real Mr. Lover. Never shaggy, always clear. He was the gutter brother that hovered the block, and those that pressure clock make a realize time is short. They need to crush a watch.